Another young rapper that's always giving you respect is Eminem. He's an anomaly. He's to rap what Tiger Woods was to golf. He came in and his wordplay, his cadence, all that. But he's one of these guys that's never had a problem showing the older generation respect.
Eminem is a student of the game. He is an amazing student of the game. Without trying to tell too much, in my documentary, he pointed out something that I did that I never paid attention to.
Wow.
Like after the interview, I went back and started listening to artists, before me to see if someone else did this, because he was pointing out that I'm the first person he ever heard do this. And I'm like, it had to have been someone before me. Like a student of the game that way.
He that deep in it.
Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you, man, M is an amazing artist, super talented, super lyrical. But I think the thing I think is so dope about Eminem is like, when hip hop began, we talking about a New York thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All of a sudden, you got NWA talking about straight out of Compton.
Yeah. Now it's on the West Coast.
You hearing about a West Coast hood. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That ain't our hood. We don't do that in New York. But you hearing about, the low riders and all this.
Mm-hmm.
But you're learning about the hood in the West Coast.
Correct.
Got the ghetto boys, talking about, the wards and whatnot, and like now you hearing about, the hood in Texas,
Yep.
ATL, they talking about, Lil Wayne, Master P talking about New Orleans, It's like you hearing about these hoods in all these different regions, right? Eminem talked about his hood.
Talked about 8 Mile.
But he not talking about, the projects in Detroit. He talking about trailer park stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He talking about white hood shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I thought that was just so dope. You know what I'm saying? Because this is white ghetto stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That we're learning about now. I'm like, yo, this is so dope, and I respect him for that, because he wasn't trying to pretend to be something he wasn't. He talked about his hood.
Good.
You know what I'm saying?
Where he grew up at, his life experiences.
Yeah. So I have a lot of respect for M, man.
What did M get right that Vanilla Ice got wrong?
I think that last part I said. but I mean, hey man, Vanilla Ice, he
But that song, man, hey.
Yeah, he became very successful. He had a mega hit. I mean, this dude had a movie. He had one hit, and they dude had a movie. I mean, so he did his thing, man. So salute to Vanilla Ice, man.
Hip hop. Is hip hop dying?
Is hip hop dying? I don't think that hip hop is dying. Because what you got to understand is that when hip hop first started, it was nothing but block parties. Wasn't on wax.
Yes.
It was just block parties. So looking at what's going on right now, when they have those type of hip hop festivals or intimate hip hop events, you're hearing that classic material, that defines what hip hop is really about.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe, I don't think it's dying. Maybe it's going back to where it's supposed to be.
Right.
What is the substance? Because you talked about like how M spoke about things that he experienced. He wasn't trying to be somebody else.
Yeah.
He talked about the trailer parks. That's where he grew
Yeah.
up. That's what he knew. That's what he experienced. He talked about his mother's situation. He talked about things that were near. It seems like now the substance is that the hot thing is let's talk about this even though I haven't experienced it.
Oh, you say even though I haven't experienced
No, I'm saying that's what the rap is now. That, yeah, a lot of rappers are rapping about, bro, that you're not no gangster.
Yeah.
In the studio, you are, but not in reality.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, we live in, you know, a social media world, so it's like whatever's trending, whatever topic, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whatever's trending, that's, you know, like I was leaving, I can't remember where I was Vegas, wherever I was. I had my fedora case with me.
Yeah.
I'm checking it at the airport, and the lady at the airport talking, "Oh, okay, you got your cowboy hat, you got your boots in your luggage." I'm like, "Nah, sweetheart, my boots ain't on the ground. I'm just that's just a regular fedora. It's not a cowboy hat."
Right.
But you know, that's what's trending. You know what I'm saying? Right now, that's what's trending. So everybody and their mama coming out to the concert with cowboy boots on
and the hat.
and the hat.
You're
You
right.
know what I'm saying? It's whatever's trending. Yeah.
Dre caused the stir. He said UK rappers are better than USA rappers lyrically. I'm just saying, man, Kane, so you looking at me, man. I ain't got no.
Oh, you wanted me to respond?
Yeah, I ain't got but one head, man. I ain't got but one head. You looking at me like I had 3 heads. He said that.
I feel that with the amount of success that Drake has had in this game, he's entitled to his opinion. You know, in fact, I'm sorry. I think that everybody is entitled to their opinion. You know, that's the beautiful thing about an opinion. Everyone can have one. Whether I agree or disagree, you agree or disagree, everybody's entitled to have an opinion.
Correct.
You know, but I mean, if that's what Drake feel, hey man, go ahead, homie.
You were a trendsetter because you had the high top fade, you dressed, you had the rags on. How did you determine what was your persona going to be on the stage?
Well, like as I was saying earlier, you know, like you see like the pimps and the hustlers pull up in the deuces. I saw how all the other kids in the neighborhood gravitated to that. Mm-hmm. That was a look. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then my pops was a fancy dresser.
Okay.
My pops wore 3-4-piece suits. You know, Persian lamb coats. You know, the duster. That's the 4-piece.
Yeah, okay.
I saw you.
I was like, yeah. I was like,
Yeah. Nah, the pants, the vest, blazer, and the duster.
Okay.
That's the 4-piece. But you know, I saw you know, this is what I saw. Like for example, I did Arsenio Hall, and they had built the whole set with garbage cans and graffiti and all this stuff, and I had them tear it down, and I told them to put me some of that sexy shit back up, like how you had it when I was here with Quincy.
Right.
You know, it wasn't because I was against graffiti or the street. It was because it's like me as a kid, I'm used to seeing, you know, the pimps and the hustlers pull up with the fur coats on, that type of stuff. And when we went to block parties, we put on the alpaca sweaters, the mock necks, the British Walker shoes.
Yeah.
You know, we wanted to look fly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I didn't actually see breakdancing until the movie Wild Style came out.
Wow.
I mean, actually on the street.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't actually, you know, see it. You know, so it was like I'm like, that's not the background that I'm affiliated. It's hip hop.
Right.
It's hip hop. It's, you know, one of the graffiti is one of the elements of hip hop. But I mean, it's like that's not what we did on Lewis Avenue, where I came from.
Right.
So I wanted to represent my hood. You understand?
Yep.
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know who's going to be joining us for drinks and conversation. Don't be late to the party because you know we like to do something before 2 something.